Greetings, welcome to Machine vs Mathematics channel. Convolution in the time domain is multiplication in the Z domain. And we are well familiar with this convention, right? If you have a discrete time system, input being x of n and output being y of n respectively. Sometimes that convention may not work out, okay? So anyways, at this juncture, GATE EEE 2007 asked one question for 2 marks. It is as follows. See, x of z is given like this, and also we have y of z. Okay, so these two are Z transforms of x of n and y of n. Now you have an LTI system. So LTI system has to be characterized by impulse response, right? So therefore, an LTI system is there, and this system h of n defined by these two signals. Okay, that means x of n and y of n like this. Okay, and x of n is appearing as x of n minus 1 as h of n for this. Now then the output of the system for the input delta of n minus 1. Yeah, so because you see x of n and y of n we have both included for h of n, and we think these two as input and output respectively for now. So please don't think like that. X of n, y of n may not work out always for input and output respectively. So whatever it is, let us put things very simple, and this question is very simple to solve. There is no big deal in this, yes or not. See, my h of n, so this is my LTI system. So my h of n is x of n minus 1 linearly convolved with y of n. Okay, so first you just form a simple figure like this, then you can proceed solving your question. Now see, then the output of the system for the input delta of n minus 1. Let us assume input as some I of n. Say I of n is equal to delta n minus 1, and let's say output is our r of n, or response is our r of n. We need to find now r of n, but here we have in the options, you see you have something as Z transform. First option has Z transform Z power minus 1 x and yz, and so on. You have like this. So first of all you have to fix this way. Okay, that's it. Now what is r of n? R of n is a convolution between I of n and h of n. That's it. This is a well-known fact, right? So now given to us like this, first of all we have concluded that response of our linear time invariant system R of n is equal to h of n linearly convolved with input I of n, or I of n convolved with h of n. Doesn't matter however we take, because as convolution is commutative in nature, so both will give same response, h convolved with I or I convolved with h. This is commutative because you are shifting a signal after folding. Yeah, in the convolution process we are shifting a signal after or post folding, therefore it holds commutative in nature. If you go to correlation, you are shifting a signal without folding. Yeah, so therefore correlation doesn't hold commutative law. Anyways, we have separate lectures on all these things, so you can check things out there. Okay, so let me take my another color. So finally, if I take its Z transform, so we would have R of Z is equal to H of Z. Now convolution in time domain becomes multiplication in Z domain, so I of Z. So fix this first. Okay, now what is h of z? See, given to you like this, h of n is equal to x of n minus 1 convolved with y of n. So let me take down that fellow. So h of n is equal to x of n minus 1 linearly convolved with y of n. Okay, yeah, that's it. Now if I take its Z transform, so we would get h of z is equal to z power minus 1 x of z, you know very well, time shifting property, and convolution becomes multiplication here, and you have y of z. You see, the very first option we have here, right, has z transform z power minus 1 x of z y z. So this is wrong, right? So by this time we could say A is incorrect. This is z transformation of h of z, not r of z. He is asking us to find the output. That means we should be able to find r of n from r of z, right? So therefore, see, therefore I'm saying you just do focus on question. Don't skim through a question. Read completely. Don't skim through. Whenever you are given a question, read it completely. So anyways, so we have h of z like this. Now what is x of z? So it is given x of z is equal to 1 minus 1 by 3. Yes or not? So it is given. So this is given like this. Okay, 1 minus 3 z power minus 1 as x of z, and 1 plus 2 z power minus 2 as y of z. So let us plug in things here. So let me plug in things here. Let me just use other color. So therefore h of z or h of z is equal to z power minus 1. So multiplied by, let me see it again. So you have 1 minus 3 z power minus 1 multiplied by 1 plus 2 z power minus 2. Alright. So just multiply these two. So let me multiply these two. So h of z equal to z power minus 1. So what we get now? Let me multiply 1 plus 2 z power minus 2 minus 3 z power minus 6 z power minus 3. Alright. So this is what you have, and of course also we have z power minus 1. Just let us further multiply by z power minus 1. So you have z power minus 1, and let me take minus 3 z power minus 2. I'm just multiplying with this. Now you have plus 2 z power minus 3 and minus 6 z power minus 4. Okay, so minus 6 you have z power minus 4. So this is what you have. Now this h of z we can plug in here. Okay, now what is h of n convolved with I of n? So now input, okay, the output of the system for the input delta n minus 1. That means our I of n, that means input, say input I of n is equal to delta n minus 1. Alright, so now what is I of z? So if I take its z transform, so I of z equal to what? Z power minus 1 multiplied by delta of z. So it is 1. Okay, so because we know very well, if we know very well, say like this, x of n says z transform is x of z, and x of n minus say n naught is z transform is say z power minus n naught multiplied by x of z. Alright, now on similar lines what do you have? If I take delta of n z transform is what? 1. Now delta of n minus n naught, its z transform is what? This is z power minus n naught multiplied by 1. Yes or not? So that is what we are using here, and we obtain like this. So therefore I of z is this. Now r of z equal to h of z multiplied by I of z, where I of z is z power minus 1. Now what is h of z? H of z we have like this. So therefore let me put it down here. Let me multiply with z power minus 1 to this h of z. So we get z power minus 2. So minus 3 z power minus 3 plus 2 z power minus 4 and minus 6 z power what you have? This is 4, right? This is this is 6 z power minus 4. So therefore this is yeah, just multiplying. We are multiplying z power minus 1 with this, so this becomes z power minus 5. Now, do you have any option like z power minus 2, all these things? I have 1 minus 3 z power minus 1 something. This is nowhere and does not satisfy. Let me go for option number 2 once. We will see whether things are correct or not. So he gave something in time domain. So if I take its inverse z transform, so output of my discrete time linear time invariant system is what? You see, you have like z power minus 2. Okay, you have like z power minus 2. Now just compare with this. I have here z power minus n naught. So its inverse is what now? So its inverse is what? Its inverse is delta of n minus n naught. So for z power minus n naught, inverse is delta of n minus n naught. Now what must be inverse for z power minus 2? For z power minus 2, its inverse is delta of n minus 2. That's it. So delta of n minus 2. Let me just take this color. Okay. Now this is what? Minus 3 delta of n minus 3. And this fellow is what? Plus 2 delta of n minus 4. And now this fellow is minus 6 delta of n minus 5. That's it. So things are over and out. Yeah. So things are over and out, and output of this discrete time linear time invariant system is option number 2. See, it's matching exactly. Option number 2 is matching exactly with our solution. So therefore, there is no second thought. Option number 2 is correct. Okay, that's it. It's gate electrical. Electrical is always trying to ask some lengthy questions, but anyways, answers are very simple. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you and bye.